Hey bassists, today I'm here to demo this Epiphone Thunderbird 64 bass in this exclusive purple sparkle. Let's go ahead and hear how it sounds. So before going further into this review, I did want to state that zZounds did send me this bass. However, they didn't give me any guidelines or restrictions on how to make this review, so all thoughts on this bass are my own. So the Epiphone Thunderbird 64 bass was released earlier this year in 2024, and it was released in 3 colors: Ember Red, a Silver Mist, and then an Inverness Green. I was going to get the Silver Mist bass to review on my channel because I've never seen a Silver Thunderbird bass, but then I saw on zZounds.com they were releasing 2 more exclusive finishes for this bass themselves. zZounds got a ton of exclusive sparkle finishes and metallic finishes for Epiphones, but for their bass line, they specifically got a Sparkle Blue Thunderbird 64 bass and then this Sparkle Purple. Both of the basses look gorgeous, so I created an Instagram poll to see which bass people wanted me to review, and they picked the Purple Sparkle over the Blue Sparkle by 70%. All 5 finishes for these basses look gorgeous in my opinion. I've seen red and blue Thunderbirds, which already look great, but what's new to me is the silver, the green, and especially this purple. I've never seen Thunderbirds released in these colors, and I've been playing bass for almost 20 years. All right, I know I didn't really go into the specs of this bass yet, just the different finishes, but let me go ahead and show some tone demos, and then we can talk more about the specs of this Thunderbird bass. Like almost all Thunderbird basses, this is a neck-through body, and it's made of mahogany and walnut. The pickups on these bass are called the ProBucker 760 bass humbuckers. These are the exact same pickups you will find in the Epiphone Embassy Pro bass. Pretty standard controls for a Thunderbird. This is the neck pickup, this is the bridge pickup, and this is the passive tone knob. This is a pretty standard Thunderbird bass. You're not going to find anything different, and because it is a 64 style Thunderbird, it is staying a little more true to the Thunderbird design. If you want the specific names, they're calling it a 60s rounded bass neck. They're medium jumbo frets. The fretboard material is Indian laurel, and then it's 20 frets with a dotted inlays. And with any vintage style bass, you're going to get vintage style bridge. So this is what they call the Epiphone Vintage Bass Tune-O-Matic Bridge. And I will go into more details about why I hate this bridge later. Another thing to note, this bass does come with a pretty decent gig bag. It can be put on your back. And then inside this pocket, you get some stickers and all that jazz. The first pro of this bass is that it just looks drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I just love the purple sparkle, how it grabs your attention, and the Thunderbird's shape is iconic. A lot of other brands try to copy this or the reverse Thunderbird shape. If this bass had a black pickguard, I mean, that would just do it for me. This would be like the perfect looking bass. The second pro for this bass would be the pickups. I used to own an Epiphone Embassy Pro bass, and my favorite part of that bass were the pickups, and they just had so much bite and grit to it. So you're gonna get the exact same sound from this Epiphone Thunderbird bass. The third pro for me for this bass are these clover tuners. You usually don't see clover tuners on a Thunderbird bass, so that kind of surprised me there. I don't know if that's something that was put on vintage Thunderbirds before, but I really do like how these clover tuners look. Granted, I am usually a Fender guy, but regardless, I think it completes the bass. All right, let's talk about the cons of this bass. First con that I'll go into is this bridge. I really wish they just had a much more flexible bridge. The reason why I returned my Epiphone Embassy Pro bass is because it could not handle lower tunings, and that's specifically because of this bridge right here. These slots are very narrow, so if you use thicker gauge strings for like drop C or drop B, they are not going to fit in here. They're going to stick out, and that is why I returned my Epiphone Embassy bass. All right, con number 2 of this bass is that it's just a very bulky bass in general, which is kind of a con for all Thunderbirds. While the bass is definitely eye candy on stage, it's just very large and bulky. I was rehearsing the other day with this bass, and while it sounded great, I just felt less mobile because the bass is much larger. Luckily, it's not that heavy for a Thunderbird, but definitely felt less mobile. And then also when I was using this bass in the case, I was very worried that I was going to smack the headstock on the top of the door. I'm 5'10", so I'm not like 6'1" or 6'2", but having this bass on my back, I thought for sure I was going to whack the headstock. And then con number 3, which is more a preference, is the neck. I've never been a fan of the Thunderbird neck. It's just very bulky, and then I do not like this Indian laurel wood on this neck at all. This is the Schecter Ultra bass, which is kind of a clone of the Gibson Reverse Thunderbird, and it is a dream to play. This bass is really lightweight, it's super thin, and then what I love the most about this bass is the neck. It is a slim C-shaped neck, and the radius is smaller, so it's just a lot easier to get around the fretboard. If Gibson or Epiphone could make a modern Thunderbird that had these similar specs but with those pickups, I mean, I think it would sell like crazy in my opinion. However, the reason why I don't play this bass is because I think these EMG pickups sound god awful. I think the pickups on that bass smoke these by miles. Alright, so basically to summarize the pros and cons of this bass, the pros are that it's a Thunderbird and the cons are that it's also a Thunderbird. However, I will say if you are eyeing to get a Thunderbird in your collection, or you just have a lot of Thunderbirds in your collection, this is definitely one you want to keep your eye on. I've been playing bass for almost 20 years, and I've never seen a Thunderbird line released in all these colors. Not just the exclusive blue sparkle and purple sparkle, but even the red, silver, and green. Those are pretty unique. However, if you are looking for the purple and blue sparkle basses, they're exclusive to zZounds. I don't know who sells them overseas. I'm sure someone else will get them overseas, but in the US, I know for sure zZounds is the premier retailer to get these two basses. Thank you again, bassists, for watching the review. If you have any questions about the bass below, let me know. So if you're interested in this bass, make sure to check out the affiliate link below in the channel. And even if you're not interested in picking up this bass and you still want to support the channel, check out the affiliate link below and just buy something like picks or strings. You know, every purchase helps. Thank you everyone for watching this review, and again, a big shout out to zZounds for loaning me this bass for the channel. If you have any questions about the bass, or if you want to see me cover a specific song with this Thunderbird bass, feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, thanks bassists.